Hi, my name is Linda Robert, and today is January 1st, 2015. Wow, 2015. And the reason I'm doing this video right now is because I guess you could say I'm in the right frame of mind. I was starting to do my juice, and I started to think of what would I say to a group of people who are in front of me, or just simply you that you're listening to me right now. I was thinking of what I want to say and why I want to say this. Well, a few things. The truth is that I've always had an inner voice that said to me all these wonderful ideas that I had. And at one point in my youth, I would not act on those ideas, and then I would just, let them go. But those ideas would always come up. And eventually, a few years ago, I started putting action to those ideas, but not always following through. Because I think it's one thing to have an idea and not follow through, but it's another thing to have an idea and initiate that idea, but then get discouraged along the way and stop moving forward in the direction of completing the idea. Now that's still a good thing. The fact that I had started in the right movement was good. But this year, I'm challenging myself. I have ideas that I'm going to be sharing with you in a few minutes, and I'm putting them out there. I'm going to start, activating them, and I also want to see them all go all the way. And that's because the inner voice every now and then says, as if that idea is gonna be good, or Linda, who are you to want to do this? You're not a guru or anything like that. But in fact, what I do believe is that we all have the ability to be the most awesomest person that we can be. I really do believe this, that everybody, that you have the ability to shine, to be bright, and that idea that you have in your mind can actually be fruitful if you simply take it, one tiny step at a time. And sometimes it starts with, telling another person who's going to be supportive to you, who's going to say, hey, how's that idea coming along? So in a sense, that's what I'm doing for my ideas, but I'm also going to encourage you to have the most awesomest year ever. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is to help you is I'm going to be putting out weekly videos. And on those weekly videos, I'm going to be giving you ideas of what you could do to make your most awesomest year possible. I've already started asking some friends to contribute some of their ideas through Facebook, so I'm gathering ideas, and I plan on, letting you know what some people are doing to make their year the most awesomest year. And at the same time, I'm going to also offer a monthly support group. So the idea of the monthly support group is to get together every month, and this will be done over the telephone, and simply to report our successes, and also to talk about what our challenges are going to be, for the next few weeks. And then again, when you get together at the monthly support group, so that you can start seeing some movement in the right direction. I'm also going to be sending you some weekly reminders that'll gear up to the support call. So this is something that I will be doing. I'm putting it out there. It's, in a way, it's helping me be accountable to you, and at the same time, it's going to provide you with some support to be accountable to someone else. And whether it's to a group, or whether it's to an idea, that somebody out there is listening to you and is there to support you. Whatever works for you um, is what you have to do, right? So there you go. This is the first video of 52 weeks, because there's 52 weeks in a year. So yeah, and okay, my little voice says, all right, Linda, you know when you start something, you're never that committed to following it through. So that little voice that comes in the back of my mind, I'm going to tell it to calm down, relax. I can do this. I want to do this. And I want to do this for a couple of reasons. I want to do it um, to show you that when you put your mind, and that you have support, and that you take it in small steps, you can accomplish what you want and have an awesome year. And for the second reason, I want to prove it to myself, uh, that if I have an idea and I put it out there and I take the steps required, that I can actually be, successful at it. I did it 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago now, when I had the idea of buying a house. Um, just a brief story on that. I had a house when I was married, and I sold that house in 2005. Got divorced in 98. Um, took over the mortgage, became my house. But in 2005, 2005, I sold it because basically I couldn't manage it financially. So made a few changes, sold the house, downsized a lot, and then stayed in apartments for the next several years, because I bought this house in 2010 or 11 now. It's been 3 years. So the ideas of buying a house had crept in, but I really didn't think I was able to do it, because of the expense and not having, a regular income and so on. But there came a point where I started dreaming again and thinking of the possibilities of doing seminars and webinars from a house, because that's what I used to do in the house that I owned before. And so I started thinking about just putting it out there, just doing it, just doing it. So I put an ad in Kijiji looking for a home, and what that attracted was a real estate and a mortgage broker. At the end of the day, I did go with the real estate, but I went with a bank for the mortgage. And slowly but surely, it came together, and I bought this house in Clarence Rockland, which is just east of Ottawa. So I've been here for 3.5 years in my house and going, okay, I know, I know if I set any goals, I can do it. But it requires first an idea, so I had to have thought about it. And then it required some belief that I can actually put it together. And then it actually required actions. So, starting to look at um, uh, mortgages, and starting to look at real estate, and starting to look at homes. And then once those ideas became clear, became actually facts, that I was actually meeting with the real estate, and that I was actually meeting with the banks, it started becoming more and more real, and the momentum, started building. So I was going like in that direction, and with a good real estate agent, I was able to finalize that and sign on the dotted line and became a homeowner again. So, our goals can be big, or our goals can be as small as drinking a glass of water every day, or our goal can be even smaller for people who might be struggling with some depression, for example. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to open up my eyes, and I'm going to take a nice deep breath and look around me and go, I'm still alive. That could be a goal, and I'm going to get out of my bed. So, the idea isn't to set big goals. When there's a desire to do something different than what we're doing, that's a goal. That's an intention to change. That's an intention to change whatever is going on, around us, or whatever's going on inside of us. So I will be challenging you this year to join me along this awesome year. I'm also going to welcome you to check out my website, lindagrobert.com. So www.lindagrobert.com or www.thesolutionlady.com, and go on my course page, because I will be having a webinar. Now, there's a webinar on January 10th, which is a Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning. Information is on my website, and I'll be doing a follow-up webinar on the 11th at night at I think it's at 8 o'clock. You'll have to double check the time. It's either 7 or 8. I can't remember right now. And so this will be a webinar where I'm going to be talking about goal setting. I'm going to also be talking a little bit about the law of attraction, all that, just to kind of get that momentum going. I'm sure a lot of you know how to set goals, but this is a gentle reminder of what needs to be in place for the goal to be actually something that we accomplish. I'm going to be talking about using the SMART system, and I'm also going to be talking about what you need to do up here to get yourself in the right space to accomplish those goals, to create those goals. Now, some people might use the word intention. The intention is, let me see if I could word this properly. When you intend on doing something, it means that that is the direction that you're going to be going towards. So I can be intending on living the most awesomest year ever, or I could be intending on getting up in the morning. But if I don't set the goal of opening my eyes, or if I don't set the goal of changing how I view my day today, I'm not going to be able to fulfill that intention on a daily basis. So it's not exactly the same thing, intention and goals. I think the goals are the actionable steps that we can put in place in order to fulfill our intention. Anyways, we'll talk more about that at the webinar. But I do welcome you to go and check it out and to register for the webinar by going to my website again, www.lindagrobert.com, or it's the same site, www.thesolutionlady.com, and register for the webinar. You'll have to click on a link and sign up the little details there, but it's free, so you don't have to worry about paying any money for the webinar. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. So have the most awesomest 2015 year ever. Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it together, man. So on that, I'm going to give you a high five, because we're going to high five together on this intention that we have. High 10, actually. It's not a high five. It's a high 10. Talk to you soon. And yeah, I'm just closing my eyes here, putting it out there. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Talk to you next week, actually. Bye.